Welcome to this season preview edition of Tornado Watch. I am King, Sports Information Director Travis Chell, here with head women's wrestling coach Jason Moorman. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Women's wrestling season is about to get underway here again this weekend. Last year won the first WCWA national title. How did the offseason go with that title finally on your belt, and did it help recruiting and that type of aspect? And I'm sure you're ready to get ready for the next season.
Yeah, I mean, I think off-season went well. We competed pretty well in the USA wrestling circuit. Allie Reagan, who had graduated, she made her second senior world team, and then we also had three of our other wrestlers, Sarah Hildebrand, Julie Salata, Manhandy. They made the senior national team, being the top three, and so it went well. Recruiting is going well. Always helps to have a national title. I think we kind of had already built a name for ourselves a little bit, and really after we had won that national championship, we kind of had half the recruits we already wanted locked in, but it definitely helped.
You talk about the USA wrestling circuit. How do you feel that helps prepare them for the collegiate season when we get going here?
It helps them tremendously because they're competing year round. I mean, though it's an off season, they're still training and they're improving. It's a little tricky because they also need some downtime, and it can hurt you too. So, I think it's just the other great thing about it is that we have, our girls get that international competition, and then they bring those experiences back in the practice room, and then training out at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, and going to camps out there, and just working with other different coaches, getting some different views on certain techniques and aspects of wrestling, and it just helps just kind of keep them moving along, I guess.
Yeah. Now looking forward into this year, rankings just came out. The WCWA rankings just came out. For the third straight year, King is ranked number 1, and there's 4 girls ranked number 1 in their weight class. What are the expectations going in, and is it a little easier knowing you've had that target back the last 3 years and finally went through it and broke through last year?
I think one of the things that we've done well with is we've never felt pressure. We didn't feel pressure last year because we were preseason ranked first, and we don't feel it right now. We've been talking a lot about it this week because we're about to compete, and we're not defending anything. We're in pursuit of something. And though we won a national championship, we got a lot of girls on our team who either didn't get to compete in that tournament or new to our program, and they haven't won one yet. So it's still going to be a first for a lot of people. And, I think we continue to have that type of philosophy and outlook towards it. We'll be okay.
Yeah, now going into the roster too, you mentioned some of the people that were here last year, won national titles. One person you mentioned earlier is Allie Reagan, who graduated. 2-time senior world team member, first ever. We set a lot of benchmarks here at King in her time here. How do you replace someone like that, and can you? I guess maybe the better question.
Well, we won't have another Allie Reagan. I mean, she just, let alone her style and some of the things that she accomplished. We hopefully can have some people that can do some of the similar things, but. She did set a lot of benchmarks, and we've been fortunate, to build depth. We've had some really great recruits come in and some really great transfers come in. I think that as a team, we're a little deeper than we were last year, and so we've lost some people, but I think that we may be just a little bit tougher.
And that's one of those things that the depth comes in that's going to help a lot once you get to that final stage.
Yeah.
And the other thing that'll help, you got 4 girls ranked number 1 at their weight class. You mentioned Hildebrand, Salata, right, and then Alexis McAdoo and Kaylee Gello. 3 of those 4 won national titles, and another one was runner-up last year. That's got to help ease that transition a little bit, knowing you got that much experience coming back.
It does, and I mean, right past there, we have a couple that are ranked second, and that really should make a strong run, to win national championship. So it definitely helps. I mean, having some girls ranked first going in, but what we're going to focus on is we're just going to focus on each individual's goals and just that their performance every time that they're out competing is getting better every time. And if we really focus on that, then our team goals are going to come together.
Yeah, and along with those 4, there's 13 that are ranked in the top 10 of their weight class, so 17 overall. What are you looking for out of that group? And it's probably individual by individual basis on the expectations, but I'm sure everyone wants to go out there and shoot for that national title going on this year.
Yeah, and that's what we want them to have, those goals. But what we talk about all the time is kind of just the process. And so, we have our first duel coming up this weekend, and we just want to make sure that we're executing the way we should, that we're going out and individually, putting the best performance we can out there. And then we look back and see where we can improve, and we try to better that the next time.
Yeah, can you talk about how that depth is going to help going into the season at each weight class, and how that's going to affect going throughout here?
Well, I think the best thing about the depth is that every single person at the weight, can be challenged in our practice room. We tried our best to have where no one is comfortable, no one is going to know that day in and day out they can start, and that's hard to do. I'm not saying that everyone in our room feels that way, but if we can try to create that type of competition and that type of environment, our success is going to come a lot quicker. And I think we've kind of done that in the past. But so the most important thing about depth is that we're pushing each other every day.
Yeah, you mentioned some of those newcomers coming in, a couple of transfers who are ranked, and a whole lot of freshmen that are ranked as well.
Yeah.
How have they been blending with this group, and what have you seen from them in practice so far?
Well, the reason they're here is that they have the characteristics and the skills that are going to fit in our program. So, and that's what's happened. They've come in and they fit right in. Their mentality and their approach towards competition and their goals and their career. It's almost like they've been here for a couple of years. We got some great transfers, and we didn't get to have them. They're both are sophomores now. We didn't have them their freshman year, but man, they fit right in. So
that's always good when you can get people that just fit right there
yeah.
when they come in. Going into the schedule a little bit here, you open up this weekend at the Patriot Duels. Another one that you may have circled later in the year is Oklahoma City University comes here. That's kind of been a rivalry that King hasn't quite got over. I don't beat him at the WCWA Nationals, but haven't beat him in a duel. What are you looking for in the schedule, and what are you trying to learn from this weekend?
Well, I think we're going to see where we're at, and kind of know where we need to go from here after this weekend. But there's a good chance we're going to wrestle OCU this weekend. And you're right, we've never beat them in a duel. So we still have a lot of firsts for our program that we need to do. Now, we might not have all of our starters in the lineup this weekend, but I think if we compete, the way we should come out with a win. And then, like I said, we're just going to keep every day trying to just improve their performance.
Since the start of the program, it's grown in the last 5 years and ultimately culminating in that national championship last year. I assume the expectations are as high as always as they are for the program, and what are you trying to accomplish this year that may be new, besides beating OCU, I guess?
We didn't win it easy last year. Oklahoma City is a great program. We got good coaches and a lot of great wrestlers on their team, and we had to come from behind and win. We want to kind of build that lead a little bit more. But like I said, we got to focus on the individual things. So what we're going to do, we need more national champions. We want some of the girls who didn't win one to win another one. Our goal is 10 national champions, 10 individual national champions. And that's almost perfection. That's our goal. And if we can get a chance where they're beating their teammates in the finals, that would be even better. So that's what we're constantly working to achieve.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Coach, and good luck this season. Good luck this weekend. Open up at the Patriot Duels at University of the Cumberlands, and then another spot is Oklahoma City comes here on November 22nd along with McKendree. But come out and see them when they're at home, and good luck this year. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks for having me.